Tonight, we start with a sentence that you're never going to hear on CNN or MSNBC or anywhere from the radical left or their media propaganda puppets. That phrase, Christian lives matter. Thank God we have a president who again believes this. This week, President Trump ordered targeted strikes in Nigeria to protect Christians being hunted, burned alive, and driven from their churches. Notice the silence from the left. It's pretty deafening. There are no candlelight vigils, no trending hashtags. There's no mobs marching in the street. In fact, I haven't seen a single MSNBC panel even condemning the slaughter of Christians by radical Islamists. Black thugs and illegal aliens matter to the radical left. They couldn't care less about Christian children being kidnapped, raped, and murdered. Instead, they just mock and downplay the threat.
I think our reason for bombing is kind of strange, that somehow there's Christian genocide. I don't think there's any proof of that.
I mean, lady, come on, no proof of Christian genocide? Tell that to the more than 300 Catholic school children who were abducted in Nigeria just last month, who just this week were been returned home safely. Now, it's estimated that up to 100,000 Christians have been slaughtered in Nigeria alone since 2009, and more than 19,000 churches have been burned throughout that country. Thank God President Trump cares. And let's be clear, this wasn't about empire, nor about oil, or even regime change. This was about a president saying, if you're murdering people because they worship Christ, America will no longer look the other way. He has made this very clear, warning Islamic terrorists that if the killing of Christians didn't stop, there would be severe consequences.
I'm Nigerian. That's what I'm asking. Do you envisage US boots on the ground? Or
could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Listen, friends, that's not controversial. That's moral clarity. And it's exactly why President Trump didn't just talk about religious liberty. The man institutionalized it. He restored the White House Faith Office, put it where it belongs, inside the West Wing, and he even empowered it under Paula White, who is quietly leading a revival in the United States alongside other great believers like Alveda King and Dr. Ben Carson. Under this administration, the Christian faith isn't something you whisper about in the hallway. It's something you bring straight into the Oval Office. Now let's pivot for a minute, because while Christians are certainly being murdered abroad, Jews are being harassed, threatened, and assaulted right here in the United States of America. We all know that anti-Semitism is no longer hiding in the shadows. It's actually marching through campuses. It's even proudly wearing hijabs in Congress. Anti-Semitism in the United States has jumped a staggering 1,900% in a decade. And anti-Semitism, that is not America first. It's in fact the new currency of the progressive left. If you find yourself on the same side on this issue with AOC and Ilhan Omar and the Jihad Squad, then you've probably just lost your way. President Trump isn't leading the way. President Trump is leading the way in the right direction. His administration has been the most pro-Christian, pro-Jewish, pro-religious liberty administration in modern history. And it's not even close. The president moved the embassy to Jerusalem. He's battling anti-Semitism on campuses, and he's defending Israel unapologetically. They're protecting Christians globally, and through all these actions, President Trump is saying something radical in today's America. Faith is not a threat. Faith is our foundation. So tonight, remember this. When Christians are attacked, President Trump will act. When Jews are targeted, President Trump will act. That's not just leadership, that's conviction. May God bless President Trump. Happy New Year to you, America.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmidt tonight on Newsmax.